Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
And welcome to the Grumpy Vlogger Show. Hey guys, I am live. I finally made it. I've been off, I don't know, a month or more, month and a half. And I finally made it. I'm doing things a little different tonight. So hopefully the show's going to go all right. We'll find out here in a little bit. Yeah, looks like we got at least 2 of the guests in. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump in and bring in my, okay, you got to excuse me because I got some new buttons I'm working with here, but I'm going to bring in my co-host right now. And that's none other than Art Carlson. How you doing, Art, buddy? Whoops, hang on. I shut your audio off. There we go.
Oh, let me try.
There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, all right.
Great
so,
to be here.
Yeah, thank you.
Try the veal.
And let's go ahead and let's see if this works. We're going to bring in my original co-host from the Grumpy Vlogger from back in the early days. He's visiting us tonight. Hello, Mel.
Well,
Whoops.
Full screen even.
Yeah, I know. I screwed up, right? All right. Here we go. There you go.
Hey,
Boy,
Mel,
what an
good
entrance.
to see you.
I got new buttons, okay? I had to redo this because I am now using strictly vMix, so I
The
have...
last thing you needed, Lloyd, was new
more buttons. I know.
Yeah.
I got 2 complete rows of new buttons so I can do this. So, and yeah, it's let's see how it's looking over there. Actually, looking pretty good. I was just checking it, but yeah, it's let me bring up my chat window so I can talk to everybody. Anyways, yes, I am back. I am ready to go. And anyways, the thing is under the new format, I will only have 4 people on, myself and 3 others on at a time now, rather than having up to 6, because I'm strictly using vMix to run all this. And so we're going to see how it goes. As long as I know that my router's been reset within a day or so, and as long as I know that I've reset my rebooted my computer and all that, yeah, it should be okay. So there's a couple things I want to talk about. First off, let me say, let's just go ahead and bring in the next guy. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Mr. Ron Brown from Drone Nation.
Do I have audio?
You have audio. Yes.
Great. I love this vMix. I didn't have to do anything except hit the button.
That's, well, I set up I set it up in advance, and these will always be, you know, all you know, if you guys are on a regular basis now, so I'll have, you know, this is all I can have, but that's fine too. That's probably more than enough most nights, you know.
Lloyd, you're the master at this stuff.
Well, I don't know about that. Mel's been doing it as long as I have, but yeah. He was going to say something. I know he was. He's been doing it as long as I have, but I do. It just took me a little bit. But hey, let me say hi to everybody in the chat before we get any further. Let's start at the top and see where we go. I think Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, was first. Soel Ariel was next. Then we had Chris Wedgeworth. Welcome to the show. Artco, you come sliding in there. Jody, Tater Rogers. And it's Grump Diddly Umptious time. Yes, it is. Let's see. Drone Shots, glad to see you here. Who else we got there? Got Tater. Eat More Possum came in there. Trevor from Australia. And let's see. Looking to see.
Grant.
I'm having. Yeah, I said, yeah, Grant was the first one in here. Sunrise Water Media. Hello, Chris. Drones 863. We're going to talk about some drones on my show, which doesn't always happen, but tonight we will. We got Bill at Coast to Coast Drones. We got Drone Life RC. Let's see if I know I've missed somebody. Flying Flynn Media. And Kai at Lone Star UAV, the big man himself. So, if 400 AGL, can't forget about him. You know, but yeah. First things first. I've got just a short video clip that I'm going to play. You guys can talk about it. But let me preface it. I don't know how many of you people have been watching the Johnny Depp the Heard trial that's been going on, but I'm hoping he wins, because if he wins big time, I'm going to sue him for I'm going to sue Johnny Depp for defamation of character, because he used my name in vain. So he used it on the trial. So let me see if I can play this little clip here for you.
Point of just how funny it was that I thought that some human being had actually dropped a grumpy, pardon the term.
Oh, wow.
That was from the trial. They dropped a grumpy, yes. I couldn't resist
I have
using
to confess, I've never been on a show with Johnny Depp before, so...
Well, he was referring to, and I've been I've been told I was full of crap, but I've never heard of dropping a grumpy before.
You hit the big time, Lloyd.
Yeah, Johnny Depp is calling me out, man. I just couldn't resist that. And
you're gonna hit that million subscribers any day now.
Yeah.
There is a silver lining, Lloyd.
What's that?
It could have been the swimmer. What's his name? The Olympic swimmer. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Could have been Marion or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Calling me out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
No,
it wasn't Johnny Depp, the pirate, and all those Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yes. And he's suing.
You couldn't see under the makeup, but I think that was him.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. I own the word grumpy. It's copyrighted at the end of each one of my videos, so he's going to have to pay me for that. I'm just hoping he wins really big, because then I can, get some good money out of him. If he loses the case, I'm not going to. That's enough. He's had enough humiliation. I don't need to humiliate him anymore. But anyways, yeah, I saw that last night and I just died laughing.
Wow.
And I thought,
you know what would be really, really funny now?
What's that?
Is if somehow he were to get wind of this and send you a cease and desist letter.
Yeah,
that would be a badge of honor if you could hold that cease and desist letter on the air.
Oh yeah, that would be. Yeah. Yes, he was in Gilbert Grape as well. What's eating Gilbert Grape caused him to drop a grumpy.
Boy, we're going way back for that one.
Yeah, I know, right? But
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands, yeah, he's done a lot.
Yep.
He's done a lot of very odd characters.
Yep.
He's
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah,
Hello, Robert Glazier.
Chocolate movie too. So dropping a grumpy and chocolate just seemed to kind of go.
Yeah, it just go hand in hand. Yeah.
You know what, Lloyd?
There you
If
go.
you do win this case and still get money from Johnny, you should make him drop a grumpy in his next Hollywood blockbuster.
Exactly. That way, I get more royalties. Yeah, every time. Yeah. I just couldn't resist, guys. I hunted for that clip this morning and got it off of Court TV, and it was done in a different way. I had to edit it down just to that, 3 or 4 second clip, but I just couldn't resist. I thought it was hilarious.
We don't want to get demonetized. You had to get it down.
Yeah.
Short.
I'm not monetized and probably never will be, so I'm not worried about it. But I do want to talk about, because I've got 3 drone people on here on the panel tonight. Ron, I don't know if you're going to discuss it in your show, but did you see what the Biden administration has announced today they're wanting to do about drones?
Oh no.
Yeah.
It ain't so, Lloyd.
Let me
all them Democrats like what they voted for.
Yeah, let me see if I can zoom this in.
we're going to cover the story tonight in Florida that has going to, make DJI and Autel drones not be able to fly for state use or whatever. But
Right. Well, I saw it locally I saw it on my local news feed first, and then I found it. It is on Fox News, and I'll put a link in the description later. I'm going to read from what the article says. And it says the Biden administration is calling on Congress to expand authority for federal and local governments to take action to counter the nefarious use in the U.S. of drones, which are becoming a growing security concern and nuisance. The White House on Monday released an action plan that calls for expanding the number of agencies that can track and monitor drones flying in their airspace. It calls for establishing a list of U.S. government-authorized detection equipment that the federal and local authorities can purchase and creating a national training center on countering the malicious use of drones. The White House, in a statement, said it was critical that Congress adopt legislation to close critical gaps in existing law and policy that currently impede government and law enforcement from protecting the American people and our vital security interests. The federal government-wide focus comes at the federal aviation's projects as the federal aviation projects more than 2 million drones will be in circulation in the U.S. by 2024, and the availability of detection and mitigation technologies, including jamming systems, are limited under current law. The White House plans to call on expanding existing counter-drone authorities for the Department of Homeland Security, Justice, Defense, Energy, as well the Central Intelligence Agency and NASA in limited situations. The proposal also seeks to expand drone detection authorities for state, local, territorial, tribal law enforcement agencies, and critical infrastructure owners and operators. The proposal also calls for establishing a 6-year pilot program for a small number of state, local, territorial, tribal law agencies to take part in drone detection and mitigation operations under the supervision of the Justice Department and Homeland Security. Currently, no state or local agencies have such authorization. And I'll I'll try and post this somewhere, but let me get back to where's my vMix here? Anyways, it goes on and on. It references the attempted assassination of the Venezuelan president, and he goes on and uses all this authority. But he's talking about even hobbyist is mentioned in this. This is not what we want to hear. Now they're giving it to local authorities. I mean, for God's sakes, what's NASA got to do with it? This is what he put out today. This is what the Biden White House put out today. So,
before we go any further, Lloyd, that was a beautiful read.
Oh, thank you.
You could run for office the way you read that document off.
I'm running in 24 again.
Or you could defend Johnny Depp in court, one or the other.
There we go. Yeah, maybe I'd probably get more money that way.
I think the key word you said in there one time is, Biden administration, blah blah blah. They need the Congress to agree on rules. Well, since Congress cannot agree on anything, we don't have to worry about this at all.
Yeah.
Well, unless they can agree on things that are illegal, Ron.
Yeah.
Take our rights away. They can agree on that stuff pretty easy.
Yeah. I'm afraid. What bothers me is this may set up a precedence, and there's and I'm not blame. The Biden administration may have introduced it, but there are a lot of anti-drone people on both sides of the aisle. I don't think this is a one-party deal. This is just frightening. So,
well,
and most people that are anti-drone down in Washington, they don't have the slightest idea, what a drone is capable of. They don't know anything except the word drone, and that's symbolized with bad.
Yeah. Let me put this. Here's a copy of the Fox News clip. I'm putting it in the chat right now, so you guys can go read it in depth. and finish reading the rest of it, but there it is in the chat. That's off the Fox News. You can even have them read the story to you if you don't want to read it yourself,
Yep.
But
Um,
that's just,
but some of that stuff's not so bad. There's a lot of nefarious things being done with drones,
there are.
but I just wish that the Biden administration would be as concerned about some dingaling flying a drone over the White House as he does. Let's see, he said 2 million drones by when?
2024.
2 million by 2024. Let's see, there are 17 million illegal aliens in this country right now, and there's 150,000 coming in by the month. And
Yeah.
he's worried about a freaking drone.
Oh,
What an asshole! That's ridiculous.
I know. I
mean,
wasn't trying to get you fired up,
seriously?
Mel, but it was something. I knew.
Mel's getting grumpy tonight. Mel's getting grumpy tonight, Lloyd.
Well, I knew this would trigger a lot of
You
people,
got
but
him triggered.
I think that's
Yeah.
why he invited me tonight, Ron. He wanted the other side of the coin.
well, you know me. I
Back to the old days, huh, Lloyd?
I'm not. Well, I'm not a true drone person. I'm a vlogger. I'm a ventriloquist. I do own drones. I do all. I'm here for entertainment. But this was a drone issue today, and I thought, man, if I could have you three guys on here, that
I think it's
and
really cool that you brought it up that way. But the problem is like usual, they're blowing this into proportions that are ridiculously out of proportion.
yeah, and there was another
Mhm.
whole page to that paragraph to what I read. I just
Mhm.
read half of it. Then they go into the detail of why they want to do it, and they use the assassination attempts, and they use the perfect example, the idiot at the football game, or
Yeah, boy,
that
that
idiot that
sure
Cincinnati
that sure
Bengals
put a
playoff
lot of
game,
people
right?
in danger, didn't it?
yeah, but it was the nefarious
Technically,
use. Yeah,
yeah.
technically
Who
no,
who
but it
who
was.
was really in danger there?
Yeah,
You
because
know,
most people that would get hurt would be the football players, and they wear
They got
padding.
helmets on.
They got helmets on, exactly. Yeah, that's
helmets
it.
and padding and
Padding.
yeah.
Although, if one of them had tripped, broke his ankle, and he was a superstar football player, well, they could sue the guy for whatever lost wages he would have. That would,
Mhm.
and that kind of crap would stop some of that.
Well,
Yeah.
But
true.
it was just,
Great topic on that.
Yeah, I just thought this was something, and to be honest with you, I didn't see it until about 5:30 this evening. So I put the Johnny Depp thing up earlier today, set it up, but then I got this about 5:30, and I'm going, whoa, this is definitely a hot topic right now. So
Well, I got another hot topic for you if you want to do a transition.
okay,
Elon Musk bought Twitter.
yes,
Yep.
yeah, we
Yep.
talked about
Now,
that.
Woohoo! Free speech
there's
coming back.
there's already some nonsense being spread. The word that Drone Life RC got, because he said he read it in a post, that he said he was going to shut it down, paid 44 billion for it, he's going to shut it down. Well, let me tell you what Elon Musk actually said.
Yeah,
Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is a digital town square where matters vital
hello,
to the
Johnny
future of
Droneplier,
humanity
Jackrabbit.
are debated. Mr. Musk I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the products with new features, making the algorithms open source, increase trust, defeat spam bots, authenticating humans. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. Now, that doesn't sound in the world at all like me, like he said he's going to shut it
Yeah,
down.
well, actually, and the reason some of these people are posting this is technically he is shutting it down as a publicly traded entity. It will now be a
Yeah.
private company,
Right.
and he and his investors will own it lock, stock, and barrel, and then they will.
But that's not shutting down Twitter. That's
No,
making
they're
it a
not
private
shutting down
company.
Twitter. They're shutting down the trading of it on the open stocks, and
Right.
getting rid of the board of directors.
Yeah.
because it's
So I don't understand then how the phrase of shutting it down
that's just
applies to anything.
it,
They're taking it off the public market.
yeah, it doesn't. It's just they're using the shutting down as a scare tactic. It really comes down to he's just privatizing it, you know,
Right.
and it's going back into private ownership, which is what it probably should have been, because then you don't,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, the board of directors between all of them only held. Actually, I don't think they even had 20 shares between all of them. Or and last I saw, they may not have even had any shares. They were elected.
Or one, yeah, because
Yeah, or one. Yeah.
I mean, he was the biggest shareholder at what, 9 shares or something here a couple weeks
14.
ago?
Yeah. 9.
14 shares, whatever it was, If he
Yeah.
was the biggest shareholder with less than what, 5% or whatever the shares, whatever the numbers were, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
no, so he's not shutting down Twitter. I just don't want to see that rumor get started and start
Yeah.
flying around, because that is not what's happening.
Yeah. No.
It's being enhanced. It's going to be grown. It's going to become what it should have been.
Yeah. It's going to go back
It's
to
going to
being
come back to what it started off to be. Yeah.
that I was going to say, it's going back to what it originally was, which is he calls it is the new town hall. So, but
Yeah.
Well, maybe I can grow my base from 100 subscribers to 105 now.
There you go. Yeah. And
Oh, your followers on Twitter?
Your
You have
followers on Twitter.
105? How the hell did you do that, Ron? I only got like 5.
Well, I've been on since like the early days.
That's how you do
I
it.
pick up 10 new subscribers a year.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say hi to a couple more people that's dropped in. Before we got Ron Lockwood. That's we have Johnny Drone Flyer. We have Jack Rabbit FPV, Gary from Brand Aerials, Robert Glazier. Who else did I miss? Did I miss anybody else? I think I got everybody. If I didn't say your name, jump up and say hi in the chat.
We got Gary, Brand Aerial.
Yeah, I said Gary from Brand Aerials. Yeah.
So. Just tweet us if I forgot you.
Yeah, just tweet it to me.
That's exactly right, Justin. Justin says now he needs to buy YouTube, except he needs to buy all of Google, not just YouTube.
Yeah.
Does he have? I know he's rich. Does he have that kind of money?
Well,
he's the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
I don't think petty cash is a problem for Mr. Musk.
Yeah, and I think, in all honesty, I think there's going to be you're going to see some other companies go down this road of being privatized. I think we'll probably see it. We may see it with Facebook someday.
We might.
We may see it, because
the money was roughly 22 billion from I think 2 financial institutions. The other 21 or 23 billion that he put up to buy the Twitter company was his pocket change. That was his money. Cash.
Yeah, that was his actual money. Yeah.
Yeah. So
anybody can just say,
well, let me pull a wallet out here and pull 21 billion out. I don't think they're worth
Was Twitter a big money maker?
No, it was losing money.
What's Twitter's what do you call financial plan to make money? Since they don't charge you for using the service, I don't see a bunch of ads in my feed. How do they actually make money?
They don't make money, which is why there's the board of directors so eagerly decided and voted to accept the offer of the 44 billion to buy the company.
Okay.
Because what he's got to do with that 44 billion is buy out all the shareholder stocks.
Right.
Did I, when I said Lone Star UAV, didn't I say Kai?
You did.
I did not say Kia. I didn't say it wrong. Yeah, I said Kai.
We can run the replay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he wants to. He's giving me crap because I always spell it Kia.
Okay.
Judy is doing pretty good this week, and thanks, Ron. I am glad to be back here. Yeah, you got me. I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God, did I say it wrong?" I thought there's only one way to say it, unless I said Kia, and I'm not that stupid. I might spell it Kia, but I'm not going to say it Kia.
Yeah, and Taylor brought up a good point too, Ron, is they don't do a lot of advertising, but they do a lot of selling of your private information. So they do take in money that way.
Right.
Well, and they're a publicly traded company, so, but their stocks were, I mean, he offered them I think he offered all the stockholders like a $10 or $15 per share profit above what the highest number they'd sold.
Yeah, I think the number was $54 a share.
$54 a share, and I think they were originally trading before he came into it. They were trading at like $41 a share. So, so it was a good deal. The problem was, he played it smart. He didn't take a seat on the board, which would have limited his profits. Or his ability to buy more shares. He could only get up to 14%. So he refused that. And then when they tried to use what's called a poison pill, saying they couldn't, they were trying to find somebody else to buy it, and nobody else would. And so he just says real simple, you guys don't want to sell it to me for that amount. Then he put it out there. He says, I'll let all you people that want to just come to me and sell me your shares individually. And that's when, and then you had Governor DeSantis of Florida, because the state of Florida had invested money into Twitter as part of their portfolio. They said, wait a minute, they did not meet the fiducial necessities for what they're supposed to do. They should have accepted it, and they're losing us money. So we may have to investigate. And that was pretty much the writing on the wall for Twitter.
Lord, you got one bit of information, Ron. There was another bidder. Drone Life RC sent a bid in. He sent his bid in for 1,000.
Oh, for 1,000.
Never heard back.
You never heard back from. Well, I'm sorry about that.
I never heard back. I only bid 200. So he outbid me. That shot me.
Well, you all outbid me because I only bid 50 on it. So
you were probably the smart one.
Yeah. I mean, I use Twitter to announce my show. That's the only thing I ever use it for, is to, maybe my show will actually,
I don't know what's going on with the Twitter thing, but when I get your notification on Twitter about your show,
right?
Usually about
the next
Wednesday
day
morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, Ron, I gave you a good subject to talk about tonight.
Oh yeah. We got breaking news, Lloyd.
Yeah, and I did put the link up there. I'll put it up here again. Let's see if.
Thank you.
So that you can go to it. Yeah, and you can type that in. That's got basically just the story itself, and you don't have to listen if you don't. And that was the first one that popped up on my list. So.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tweet Joe Biden and see if he'll come on the show tonight and talk about it directly.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
There you go. Wouldn't that be funny?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to interrupt our normally programmed broadcast for some shameless plugs.
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact. It is half past, so let's just do that right now. We're going to go right into the shameless plugs. Okay. And while we're on shameless plugs, I want to show you guys something. This is just a prototype, but I'm going to be doing a very limited number run, and this is one of them that I will be doing. I will be making these myself, and they are that's not a sticker on there. That is in the, you can see it is in the sublimation. Yep, that's sublimation, and I love that stuff. So it's but yeah, I'll be doing a limited number of them, and I'll probably initial it down the bottom and number it. So this is a prototype. It probably will not have the black circle, but it'll have, and with luck, this may even be in color. So it depends. I got to draw out the first one. Yeah. Thanks, Bob Casey. Yeah. Now I've also, of course, this thing's ratty looking right now because it's my coffee cup, but this is the new style that has the bigger sticker on it, covers more of it. But
now, if somebody wanted to purchase some of this merchandise, where would they go look for it, Lloyd?
Yeah, the link's in the description. I'd have to go look it up now.
Okay.
But the link is in the description. I put it in there every week, so it should. But how's I got to ask you guys, how is the show looking? Is it looking all right? As far as
I've been monitoring the output, and it looks good.
Good.
Yeah, everybody looks really clear. Audio's good. I don't see any issues, Lloyd.
All right.
Except Art, we can't hear Art. Oh, that's because he hasn't said nothing.
He's falling asleep. He's falling asleep, I think.
Oh, there we go.
He must have been hitting He must have been hitting the bottle again.
Or you get Art all these weeks off or whatever. He's out of practice, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to grab the book here.
Oh,
Art's got to study up.
I got a bartender joke if you want to hear it.
Why not?
Listen.
Why not?
We love a good
bartender. New one.
Joke.
Yeah, 3 traveling businessmen in a hotel.
Hello.
Notice a bar across the street, so they decide after their business meetings that day that in the evening they'd go to the bar and have a beer. They walk in, and about 4 steps inside, they realize it's a gay bar.
Oh.
They think, well, if we just stick together, we'll sit at the bar, we'll be all right, we'll be safe. So they go sit down at the bar, and the first guy says, "I'd like a beer, please." Bartender says, "Well, before I can serve you a beer, I got to know your nickname for your Johnson." He was like, "Nickname? I don't know. What are you talking? Everybody's got a nickname for their Johnson before I can serve you a beer." He said, "Well, Timex." Bartender says, "Oh, you're silly. That takes a licking, keeps on ticking. Come on, you got to do better now. How about you, the next guy? You got a nickname for your Johnson?" And he says, "Well, no, I never really considered it, but I guess Chevy." The bartender says, "Chevy? That makes no sense at all." He says, "Well, sure it does." "Well, how'd that make any sense?" "Like a rock." Bartender, I like that. He goes to the third guy and he says, "I need you to what's the nickname?" The third guy says, "Man, I don't even play that nonsense. I don't have a nickname." "No, got to have a nickname before I can serve you a beer." So he thinks for a minute and he says, "Well, Secret." Bartender says, "Secret? That I can't even figure that out." And the old boy says, "Well, yeah, secret. Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman."
Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Oh. Hello, Matt Bagwell.
You were worried about where that was going, weren't you, Lloyd?
No, actually,
I lowered a little tense for a moment there. Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't too awful worried about it, but yeah, but yeah, it's good to be.
Charles.
Oh, hello, Charles. Yeah, and I saw that TJ was in here earlier. I forgot to say hello to him.
Here,
yes, Bob Casey. I didn't miss him. I did miss him, but I'm going back through checking Drone Life RC. Yeah, Jack Rabbit. Okay, Johnny. Yeah, and I know I got Bill from Coast to Coast Drones. And
Art and I got to meet TJ at the Florida meetup.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so how do you, as panelists, how do you guys like the setup for a vMix? How do you like using it rather than StreamYards?
I like the way our little boxes are just superposed on your giant box or whatever.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Well, Ron, if that annoys you, you can actually put your mouse on that box and drag it where you'd like it to be.
I already did. I discovered that already just playing around.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it's good to be back here. I'm glad I did the upgrade to vMix. It was a lot simpler to set up in some ways because I've got these windows opened up, or I've got these set up now, and I don't have to worry about whether my audio is going to be right for the show. You know, if I got it set up for StreamYards, all I did was click stream, and you know.
Well, you already know my opinion about vMix. I don't even need to tell you.
Well, yeah.
Now, Lloyd, is vMix is that a paid service?
It's a one-time thing. It's a software that you download and control everything.
You buy
and I'll
it.
be honest
Once
with you.
Buy it, you own it.
Yeah, you own it for life. And I'll be honest with you. It's a lot like it. It's along the lines of an OBS/Wirecast type thing, but it is so much better. But it costs. It's what a lot of churches use to broadcast their services with, because it is a professional, and a lot of high school and colleges, small colleges, use it to broadcast their football games with. Because, I mean, I've got automatic replay that I can bring into it and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
But
and Ron, the max version is $1,200.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and
so not for the amateur hour.
No. I bought the high definition version, which allowed me and one other guest, and that was like $350. And then at Christmas time, I sold enough on my stores to everybody that I had enough in my Subscribe Star and Patreon that I was actually able to take that money. I took that money right out and I upgraded to what's called the 4K. I can actually broadcast in 4K now if I choose to.
Wow.
But that's a lot of resources. But they've done a lot of.
Let me know if you do. I'll prepare my makeup for that show.
Yeah. Well, I don't even have a 4K monitor, so there's no point of me doing that. So, you know, but I did make sure that I was broadcasting. Yeah, it's $1,200. It's not. That's for you can have up to 8 windows open, or 8 slots like we've got here, and
9.
9. Yeah, 9. One you and
9
one other.
total.
Yeah. And see, I can do this. I can go to this. I can go to this. I can go to this, and right back to this, and then I can go to this.
Now, Lloyd, if you want to go back to mine for a second, and they'll see what vMix looks like on our side of the screen.
All right. Yeah, we'll let you.
Because I have a screen capture for my main screen. So
let me make sure I have Ron's audio turned on. So he's gonna do a screen share here, and he controls everything from his side, because he's using vMix. Art is also using vMix. Art has the HD package, which is what I have used, which is what I used up until, well, really, I went to vMix 25 when I upgraded to vMix 25 and added the extra guest. But this is what we use right here, Ron, what you're seeing on the and that's how it looks. But it allows you to control so much stuff, and I can then use my Stream Deck to control all of these different things like Mel has. I'm the same way. You've got different tabs you can organize it under, and if you notice, just take your cursor down there by the little gear in the corner of each. No, not up there. Not that one. Of each window. One. Yeah. See, right there, you see the color. It corresponds with the color of tab up there, so you can organize it. But everything is listed in the first tab, but then you can organize it under those particular colors, and it's just it's really in-depth software, but it's also very it's easy to use once you get started, you know. And let me bring
now,
back.
is this Windows only, Lloyd?
Yes, unfortunately, yes. Otherwise, Greg would have probably gone with this. That's why he used Wirecrash, because, you know, here's the sad thing. Wirecast is made by the people here in the United States, but they make it for both. They make it for both PC and, you know, for Windows and Mac. Okay.
Mac OS.
Yeah, Mac OS. But it's a piece of crap. And yet this program here is the people that make this and do all the upgrades and do all the hacking stuff. They're all their company is based out of Australia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where Greg lives, but they won't make, you know, and I can understand, because it really is a lot of work to set the code up for any Mac users. They're, you know, Mac OS is really, really tough to use or to get into.
And if Greg could just break down and buy one Windows computer, as he called them, then he could run this program.
And
just
use
sit
it.
that Windows in the corner of the office, and yep.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. If he would just do that and set it up for nothing, because that's what a lot of people do. They buy mega machines that will run just this, and then they use it for strictly the broadcasting, you know. And basically that's all I use mine for. I use it for editing software or editing stuff, and for the show or for my channel, and for doing this. That's the only thing I use my PC for. Otherwise, I'm using my iPad. So, but
well, Lloyd, thanks for giving us that little inside baseball look at vMix there.
Yeah, well, thanks to Mel for showing it. But yeah, it was. It's really a nice software to use. I like it. And I'm doing like you are, Mel. I'm monitoring the feed over here, and it seems to be doing just fine. And I hope you guys, you four guys, are seeing everything okay on the vMix call side of stuff.
Yeah,
the main difference, Ron, between vMix and, for example, StreamYard's, StreamYard server does all the heavy lifting. It merges all the videos together from all your different camera guests and all that stuff, and then rebroadcasts it out on your stream key. With vMix, all the signals come into you, to your machine, and then your machine mixes them together and then broadcasts them back out. So you've got to have strong bandwidth and strong internet to do it.
Yeah. Well, in vMix,
and
call,
you're not limited to 720 or 1080. Like Lloyd said, we can broadcast in 4K if we want to.
Yeah, I could
broadcast.
broadcast.
Not only that, we can broadcast in 4K to multiple platforms.
Yeah, because I can broadcast to Facebook, to all of them, you know, in 4K Twitch, or however.
All the
Twitch, yeah. But
cool.
It's. What'd you do? Knock your mic over there, Art?
Well,
sounded like he hit a drum and then put his hand over it to snub it out.
Hey, Lord, I see we're at the 8:45 hour. I got to get over to the Drone Nation and, you know,
absolutely,
like, turn the lights on, sweep the floor, get the coffee pot going. But thanks for having me on the show tonight. I learned a lot tonight about not only vMix, and I also learned that we got to watch them boys down in Washington before they,
take everything away. Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah.
I learned that you got to watch Johnny Depp when he's in court too. He may drop a grumpy at any point.
Drop a grumpy.
So I learned a lot
If you
tonight.
want to go
So
to
thanks
that,
for
if you
having me
want to go to
on.
that
It's
bar
good to be on
if
with,
you want,
of course, Art Carlson, and it's good to see Mel back tonight. So it's a great show. I want to thank everybody who joins in chats tonight. I don't know which way the chats are, but thanks everybody out there, for dropping in, leaving comments, supporting these guys. And
you're always welcome, Ron.
I'll see you on a future show. Good night.
All right.
Just remember, Ron, you ever go to that bar in San Francisco, make sure you got a name for Johnson.
I got my nickname. Yeah, I can pick up one real quick. Good joke.
All right, take care, Ron. And guys, don't forget that Ron is, let me put that to the 3-shot now. Ron has Drone Nation at the top of the hour, and I think with that little bit of news that I dropped there at the beginning of the show, I think that'll give him something to talk about. So
yeah.
And who else have we? Oh, Mudball Creative. I see you dropped in too. So I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. Jeez.
He says, be careful with that 4K. It shows wrinkles. Mudball, at our age, we don't give it.
Yeah.
A flying squirrel about wrinkles.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Did
I
you guys
appreciate
hear
that.
my polka music?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Polka music?
My nickname is Ritz. Everything's better when it's sitting on a Ritz. That's another good one. Yeah.
That is a good one. I like that.
Leave it to these guys. So, yeah, don't forget, man, top of the hour, go see Drone Nation, because he always has some good guests, and they always have some good information there. So, but yeah, I'm real happy with one of my shows. Ronnie?
Quicker picker upper.
Quicker picker upper, yeah. I'm not even going to go there. Mel looks at the camera like he was expecting me to come up with something. No, I'm not going there. No,
Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
I don't have one. I'll tell you that right now. So, but no, this is, and I know you and I talked today, Mel, and I did want to bring up, I don't know how many of you know this, but Mel buried his father Saturday, was it?
Yep.
Saturday. His father, you guys all heard about the fire. Well, a few days, a week or so after all that happened, his father passed away in his sleep, and Mel's had to go back there and take care of that. You have my condolences, which I've already given to you. And I'm sure, and because his father didn't have life insurance, Mel and his family were out of pocket. So, Mel, if you would like to put that link to the GoFundMe, yeah, feel free to put it in there, because I'm sure that I know what those things cost. So, and so I just, it's kind of a down way to get towards the end of the show, but
I don't even have it handy, Lloyd.
All right, well, I'll find it and put it or if somebody can find it, I'll put it in the description later. Yeah, Gary, as soon as I saw that,
do you have any of that toffee left?
Oh, the toffee.
I have yet to open the box.
That is some good stuff. But
thank you, Art.
Yeah, Mel had. I feel bad because I didn't tell everybody about it. Of course, I'd quit. About the time all that was going on, I'd stopped doing my shows for a while, and but yeah, Mel had told me, and he said, "Well, you're about the only one I've talked to," so I didn't know if he wanted it known or not. So usually I broadcast that kind of news, and I didn't hear that. I didn't broadcast it. we talked about it today. And like, but Mel had stopped in on Rodney Bell's show to let everybody know. So, and but TJ wants some coffee. You'll have to go to Art's show on Saturdays and win it.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mike Wright was the winner this week.
Was he? Also, and I got to call him tonight. I can't be on here. I'm not going to go over time, I don't think, because last night I found out that a friend of mine, his oldest son, passed away. He's one of the guys is part of the. And Grant, I don't know. Yeah, I know Grant. I was going to say Grant knows him. So, and I was surprised because I don't know how old his son was, but yeah. Kind of a bummer way to end the show, but so.
There's that link, Lloyd. I finally found it.
Did you find it? Okay. So that will help out because your brother is still staying in your house right now till you.
Yep, and that's a permanent fixture now.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I want to tell you what, funeral people, whoo, folks had me fighting mad.
Yeah, it's an industry that is.
Talk about it on my
we're buffering a little bit.
Show.
Yeah, we are buffering just a little bit, and it's probably on my end. Things are starting to. I notice it's getting a little buffering, so my system is stretching its legs right now. So, anyways. So I'm probably going to go until go about another 7 minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and get off here because I'm probably stretching this to the limits right now. It seems like when you get towards 8 o'clock, the bandwidth starts dropping in my area. It's probably everybody's sitting at home. They finish supper and they're all watching television on streaming video. So.
Something other than the Grumpy Blogger Show.
Something other than me. Yeah, they ought to be watching me. I mean, I'm free entertainment. And YouTube's free. I'm free, you know.
Careful now.
Yeah.
I want Judy to hear you say you're free.
Yeah, I know.
She might take issue with that.
Yeah, she might, yeah. You can shear a sheep 1,000 times, but you can only skin it once. This is true, Tater. Yeah. You know, and it's funny, you know, we talked about that. You know, I know you're going to talk about this on your show, but I watched a thing on YouTube last night. There's actually a place called Ask the Mortician. And for those of that don't know it, that was my childhood dream, was to be a mortician. I know.
Now we know what's really wrong with you.
That's what's wrong with me, yes. Ever since I was like seventh or eighth grade, I wanted to be a mortician. My uncle was a mortician, and for some reason, I just found it intriguing. I actually did a semester paper in my English class, you know, a term paper on mortuary science. I mean, I ordered from the state the book, you know, I learned, I even went down to their mortuary and, you know, went into the embalming room, and he says, there's somebody in there, will it bother you? And I'm thinking, no, because I just figured it's somebody like you and me standing there, you know, doing something. It was when we got in there, I found out that somebody he was talking about was not amongst the living, you know, but hey, you know, 13, 14 years old, I thought it was cool, you know. And actually, guys that know me from high school call me Mort because they all knew that's what I intended to do, was work as a mortician. So I got my ninth grade wrestling coach nicknamed me Mort, and that's what everybody that I went to high school with knew me as Mort. But anyways, but yeah, I forgot where I was going with that, but you know, but I know what it was. I was watching this thing, and it's about the JFK assassination. It was about the funeral side of it, in which there had been a lady that wrote a book bringing out all the.
I saw that video.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
It popped into my feed for some reason.
There's a reason why the casket wasn't open.
Right.
Yeah.
And part of it had to do with that's what it was about, why the casket wasn't open. But it also, they didn't want the funeral directors to be involved. And of course, the first thing that happens is when he's assassinated and he's pronounced dead, they call the local funeral home and said, we need a casket to transport him and get him out of Dallas. Yep. And they said, well, what do you want? We got several different prices. Oh, just give us the best you got. So they brought him, about a 400-pound solid copper casket just to transport. Hermetically sealed, just to transport the remains back to Washington so they could do the autopsy there.
And instead of bringing, busted it up.
Oh yeah, it broke in. They broke it 3 or 4 times. Each time they moved it, it got broke. And in the end, they went with them.
They put plastic in there and rubber,
right?
Because they were worried that the bodily stuff
instead of transporting the way
satin,
had they done it right. But of course, this guy, and of course, he sends a bill instead of using we're the funeral home that they trust the president to. Instead of using that as a sales ad, he bills them for like $4,000 for, it cost him $350. He charged him $300. Now this is in 1963, $350 to bring the casket and to transport it to Air Force One. Actually, no, because they transported him in an ambulance. But it was, hello, Lake Pilot. We have gotten way off topic. But, and this is, but this goes back to what you were talking about, Mel. You and I talked about today. How, and they're still doing it. That's the sad thing. This was being done in '63, and they're still doing that same thing.
My last words when I left the funeral home on Friday.
Hello, Jaybird.
Were you people are despicable, disgusting leeches, and I am really glad that I did my homework before I came to see you so that I'd know what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
And I have expressed my disgust with you, but you don't worry about it. You're sitting there in your chair completely unfazed by what I'm saying. That tells me one of 2 things. Either you've heard this before or you don't give a shit.
Or
I'm
both.
just one guy in a small country town.
Yeah.
But what you don't know is I'm a creator and an influencer on YouTube with the possibility of hundreds of thousands of people, millions, seeing one of my videos.
Yep.
Y'all just keep that in mind. Have a nice day. And I walked out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know
so that's the teaser, folks. Come to my show next week.
Yeah, come to his show, and you can hear him really get ramped up. So, but and guys, we are at the top of the hour. It's time for us to start saying goodbye to everybody, and I'm going to start the timer. You guys are welcome to stay here for a few till the timer's through. You can make snarky comments to the chat if you want. I'll keep your mics on. But I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Don't forget, Ron Brown should be starting at any moment if he hasn't started already. So I'm going to, 8 o'clock. So I'm starting. The party's over. Yep. And there we go.
Good night.
There you go. Sorry, Mel. I turned your mic off.
I appreciate it.
Anytime you can, Mel. Anytime.
Thanks for having me, Lloyd. Good to see you, Mel.
Good to see you too, Art and Ron.
Yeah, it was good having Ron on tonight too. So don't forget, guys.
You guys take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Remember, folks, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Remember what I always say, be kind, treat each other better than you treat yourselves. Remember, everyone matters, even fat, silly old guys like me. God bless, God help the USA. I am the Grumpy Vlogger, and I am out of here.